By the way, I do have a breaking development here in the story about the Koran burning and desecration at the East Lansing Islamic Society. We have the city manager from East Lansing, Ted Staton, on the other end of our line right now. Thanks for being available this morning.
Good morning.
As I understand it, you have decided to offer a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of anybody involved in that Koran burning. Is that right?
That's mostly right. We're saying up to, and it would depend on the value of the information that we receive.
Have you received any tips or any idea about who decided to tear up that Koran and burn it and throw it all over the front steps?
At this point, it's an active investigation, and, we were talking to a number of people, but I'm not really able to comment about an investigation that's still active.
The Islamic Center of Greater Lansing is right there on Harrison Road, not far from the Breslin Center. The pages were strewn up and down Harrison Road, and initially they thought that the pages were defecated on, but now we understand that's not the case?
That's true.
Okay, so the pages were just burned and torn up and tossed all around, eh?
That's correct.
Okay, and how would somebody, well, first of all, what provoked you to decide to try to offer, a reward up to $10,000 for information? Why in this case?
Well, we've done it in a number of cases where, where at least the initial part of the investigation has gone slowly in terms of finding witnesses or people that might have known something about the incident. We also intend to use Crime Stoppers so that if the person or persons who did this are talking about it or have talked about it, we might be able to get some information from those who've been party to those conversations. So we've done this before. We've done this in the aftermath of some of the after basketball tournament incidents, and it's proven successful.
Is it because the case is so high profile or sensational that you would like to get to the bottom of it, and you're willing to put your money where your mouth is?
Well, I think clearly we look at this as not just a crime against the holy book, but a crime against the community, and it is high profile. But we have used it in other cases where they're not as high profile. Again, cases where we think an individual who committed a crime may be talking about it to other individuals, and those individuals, given some monetary incentive, might be willing to help identify the person who committed the crime.
Ted,
go ahead.
Just to clarify here, now, is it the $10,000 for a tip or $10,000 for a tip that leads to an arrest and a conviction?
The latter. And it could be, if someone provides information that's potentially useful but doesn't lead to the positive identification of the individual, there still could be a reward in it. It's going to be up to $10,000, and the police will determine the value of the information.
In cases like this, do you find when reward money's put out that prompts some to maybe, jog a few memories and say, you know what, I'm going to tell what I know because I will get paid for it?
Yes. Absolutely, that's why it's done.
Yeah.
Is that tax-free $10,000?
That person will have to take that up with their personal accountant.
Okay. How do people reach the city of East Lansing if they have information about this Koran burning?
They need to call the police department, the non-emergency number at 351-4220.
And can they be anonymous?
They can be anonymous, but if they want part of the reward, we're going to have to know who they are.
Ted, it just occurred to me.
But you won't release their name to anybody because, or will you?
Well, we may actually need to use their name in a court of law
to testify.
To get to the point of prosecution. So.
Okay. 30 seconds, Gary?
Yeah. Hey, Ted, it just occurred to me. I mean, in a sense, would you agree that it's, sort of sad in a way that it takes money to prompt someone to talk where otherwise they would not say anything?
Well, kind of sad, but our whole society is based upon.
Yeah, I guess that's the way it is.
Yeah, as money is a motivator.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just you remember, it's not the money, it's the amount.
That's right. Good point, MPS.
East Lansing City Manager Ted Staton, thank you very much for being available this morning. 18 after the